Good morning, Muscatine. Happy Thursday. My name is Autumn Schultz. I am the owner of Impact Fitness and Nutrition, if you did not know that already. Today, I always like to start off with our sponsors. First off, Hy-Vee, thank you for us using your produce area. Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Suntan City, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Life Blood Center, Harper's Cycling and Fitness, and then our two newest ones, Muscatine County Fair and Bayer of Muscatine. Some fun events that are happening today. We have the second annual Muscatine Area Job Fair. It's actually going to be located at the Muscatine High School. Great opportunities to learn more about local businesses and career opportunities. There will be opportunities for training programs, certificates, and education. This is for ages 14 and up, jobs of all skill levels, so be sure you stop by the high school today from 11 to 1. And I know that also Temp Associates, who was here a couple days ago, they will be there with a lot of job opportunities. GPC and Musco Lighting, they definitely need career opportunities in those departments. So be sure to check that out. And then this Saturday is the second annual Strolling for Safe Sleep, my apologies, from Theo Wolf Foundation Charity Walk. So that is going to start at 8 a.m. It's at the Susan Clark Junior High. There's a lot of information on the Theo Wolf Foundation's Facebook page. And then also my guest today, you have the opportunity of a really fun fundraiser to throw a pie in his face. So we'll learn a little bit more about that. I will definitely be doing that. Sorry. It's for a good cause. It really is.
That's fine.
Some national days today. It's National Bubba Day. I call my son Bubba all the time. I think he understands Bubba more than Patrick, so I probably should learning more Patrick than Bubba. It's National Rocky Road Day. Who does not love Rocky Road ice cream? So make sure you grab some. And then it's National Leave the Office Early Day. And it's beautiful outside, so who would not want to leave the office early today? So leave the office early today, enjoy some extra sunshine, get maybe about a 30-minute walk in too while you're at it. So my guest today is the master of hosting, and I have to tell a quick story. Growing up, I would always listen on the radio on my way to school to B100, Red Hot, and Tony Tone in the morning.
And you were in like college when you did that? Is that what you said?
Sure. More like single digits, but it's okay. I'm sorry.
Wait, so what grades were you in?
Well, what would this been?
So I was on B100 from like December 2006 through July of 2012.
Okay, so not single digits.
Okay.
2006, junior high and high school.
Okay.
So B100, Red Hot and Tony Tone in the morning was my jam going to school. And
And I appreciate that you listened. Did you ever call in?
My mother did.
Did she really?
Yes, she did.
Wow. Did she win stuff?
I don't know if we ever won, because we also had, we never got you didn't have the stickers. Did you have the sticker? You never had the
We did the stickers sometimes, yeah.
Okay, I don't think we had your sticker, but we did call in for certain songs every now and then.
That's awesome.
So
my mother-in-law, Kim, back in the day, before she was my mother-in-law, she had really good luck at winning stuff from us. This is even before I knew Casey. So my wife is 5 years younger than me. My wife and I met via Facebook. Because at that time when people were sending me friend requests, I was trying to do a little bit more job of some due diligence, like who is this person? What's their deal? So my mother-in-law at one point during Christmas in one of those years, we were giving away $100 a day with the jewelry store, and she managed to get through, and she won. And then she got through another time and like quickly woke up Casey, my wife, and was like, here, you need to take. So her and I spoke on the radio before I even known who she was.
What a small world.
Isn't that wild?
Well, yeah. Who would have thought that,
Crazy.
Listening to you through junior high and high school, I would now be friends with you.
Yes.
It's a small world.
Well, and I was thinking about, as I was driving over here this morning, that I can distinctively, I feel like, remember reaching out, whether it was to the Impact Facebook page or to Scott, right when you guys were getting ready, and then we had the old the first interview that Impact probably ever did was on the old show here.
Yeah.
Several years ago.
And that was back there.
Back in near the old chef station.
Yeah, that was Scott. And I didn't start coming onto the show until after Patrick was born.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Wow, is that right? Wow.
I think
I had to talk to Scott that many times?
You did.
That's too much, Scott.
You had Scott more than me.
Oh,
and now here I am.
And now you're hosting.
We reversed roles.
Yes, I think it's great. I was thinking about that job fair. I'm glad you mentioned that. So that's at the Van Heck Center behind Muscatine High School from 11 till 1. And then I was thinking about summer and my first job. And my first job when I don't even think I was 14 yet. I sold Christmas trees because my neighbor's brother had a Christmas tree business, and then that turned into a landscaping job. So what was your first job?
My first job, I was at Old Navy.
Really?
Yes, I was a cashier for Old Navy, and
yeah.
You know how you just have those nightmare days, like you dread those? Dollar flip-flop day was the worst. I've never seen so many people line up like as if it's Black Friday for dollar flip-flops. And I mean, they'll go cart size.
Yeah.
And it's $100 max. Then you have to do the
They bought that many flip-flops?
Oh, people would come in with carts of them just to resell them. What else do you do with foam flip-flops?
Yeah, I remember when Old Navy opened up, and it was a big deal. And I was just happy that they had 2XL size because I was a big boy. So I was very happy.
I worked there before they did the whole, like, now all white in there. It was all the cardboard.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that. Yes. That's so funny. Well, that's a good first job. And yeah, I was just thinking about, like, summer is, I would say summer is here. School's out. We wrapped up last Thursday. Last Friday we had this awesome staff lunch cookout.
I saw the pictures. That looked like fun.
Yeah, it was really cool. I think we'd probably had about 325 to 350 staff show up.
And is this high
awesome.
School or is this all the
This was
schools?
everybody.
Okay.
So we have around, conservatively, there's probably 800 total employees across the district.
Wow.
So, and everyone was invited, and I would have to assume that when we do that next year, we'll have more. And it was just really great. We got a bunch of muskie chops from Hy-Vee, so shout out to Hy-Vee.
Delicious.
Our superintendent, along with some of our ag teachers, Dave Tomatich and Josh Paul, did the grilling. So they grilled 350 muskie chops, which is awesome. And it just went really well. So we have teachers and staff are doing some in-service stuff this week. They're doing it today. There's quite a few people at the board office building where I work on Mulberry.
I'm going to Susan Clark this afternoon.
Are you?
To be with the nurses.
Nice.
I'm doing a fun little summer vision board event with them. So that was Miss Wendy Donald.
Yeah.
Set that up.
That's cool. Yeah. Wendy's great.
She is.
So all of our nurses are awesome. That's exciting that you're doing that. If you snap some pics, I'll reshare them.
I definitely will.
That's super cool. So yeah, so that's what people kind of wonder. And I've personally been asked a lot, like, do you work during the summer? Yes, I have a 12-month contract. So here I am. Like, I didn't just roll out of bed and get dressed to come be on the show. I would do that.
You didn't bring Lucy.
I could have. She's a daycare, but. So I do work year round. Got some time off coming up in the next couple weeks, which I'm excited for. And so we did a couple of the things on the checklist, right? We had graduation a couple Sundays ago. There were 305 students that graduated. The weather, autumn, could not have been better. I don't know if you remember what the weather was like when you graduated. When I graduated high school 20 years ago, Nick. 20, I know, you thought it was 5, thank you. In 2002, it was hot. It was hot for our high school graduation.
So I don't know what the temp, well, I wasn't outside, I was inside.
Oh.
So we were at not the Carver Arena, the basketball arena.
Yeah.
So those stairs are the worst, but that's where, and there was no AC, they were doing construction.
Oh, no.
So that's where I had gotten my high school graduation.
We couldn't have had a nicer day. For people that are watching the entire ceremony, you can find it on Discover Muscatine, Facebook, YouTube. It went really well. And I was excited because I think you know, there's such a variety of things that students will go on to do after high school, as you and I both know from the things that we do. So, you know, there were students at that graduation ceremony that are graduating, entering the workforce into a full-time job. There's students that are going to, you know, MCC to get started on their post-secondary plans. There's students that graduated high school and have an associate's degree already because of some of the things we have with MCC.
That's impressive.
Students going off to four-year college, students graduating and going to serve their country, and then students going off to places like Yale. So, I mean, it's nice to know that when you send your kids to Muscatine High School, if they have an idea on what they want to do, we can get them on the path immediately. And I think as a parent myself, I'm not trying to rush my kids into growing up, but my oldest is going to be in 5th grade, and if he has an idea on what he wants to do, I want to encourage him, like, hey, if you're really interested in that career path, here's exactly what you need to do.
Has he mentioned what he wants?
Well, he still likes trains, so
Okay.
I'm like, here, look, you could literally work at the railroad, right? You could work for Union Pacific. They have a spot right here in Muscatine. So yeah, will that change? Probably.
Oh, yeah.
But it's reassuring to me as a parent and an employee that, like, regardless of where you want to end up, our hope is, and this is what I told students at Susan Clark, some 8th graders that I met with in Miss Weeby's ag class. I just said one of the students was interested in maybe becoming an ag mechanic, so working on tractors and combines. And I said, oh my gosh, not only can we get you started in high school, but there's this program in somewhere across the state. There's a school where you can go and become like a fully trained certified ag mechanic, and places like Sinclair Tractor will reimburse your schooling and then hire you to work on the big old farm stuff.
I didn't even know that was a thing here.
I know, I had no idea.
That's awesome.
We had this great presentation from Sinclair at the Ag Learning Center, and they had a couple pieces of equipment, and they were talking about how there's ag mechanics that are making up to 6 figures.
Wow.
So, and it's a viable industry. Obviously, we're in the Midwest. There's a lot of farming that goes on around here. So again, that's the stuff that encourages me. Like, if you want to get on the path as a freshman, and that's what I was telling these 8th graders, if you know you want to be an ag mechanic, tell your guidance counselor so that you can make sure you're taking all the right classes you need to.
Wow.
So, yeah.
I wish
so
I would have
was
had
good.
that when I was in high school. I had 2 different career paths. I either wanted to be a forensic scientist or a graphic designer.
Wow.
2 whole new spectrums.
That's
I chose the
awesome.
graphic designer route.
Yeah, which is cool. And now if you knew, like, and I think what's great is for kids that are interested in graphic design in 2022, like, we just redid the graphic design and some of the computer labs at the high school. So they have better tech to use to support that.
Yep.
Obviously, people need graphic designers. I mean,
Join the yearbook club,
Yeah.
newspaper. That's how I started.
That's super cool. Yeah, there's just a lot of opportunities out there. And I would say June and July are a little quiet when you talk about the district. We do have a couple of things coming up. There's a regular school board meeting on Monday, June 13th, 7 o'clock at City Hall. And then the next day, that Tuesday, June 14th, Riverbend Food Pantry will be back at the Admin Center, 2900 Mulberry. If you're watching this and you want to volunteer to help us, we're definitely going to need more volunteers for that food pantry, so you can reach out for that. Jake said he was going to sign up to help, so that was good. Said if I bought a grill, you would volunteer, right? Is that what you said? Nice. Buy a grill from Hy-Vee. They've got a couple.
Before we continue, I have to ask.
Yes, please.
How many graduation invitations do you, on average, get?
So I had the class of 2022 that just graduated. I got to know pretty well from doing stuff with a lot of them. And I did receive quite a few grad invites. The thing that's tough is most of the graduation parties are on the weekends. My wife works a lot of weekends, and I don't want to like roll into a graduation party with 3 kids.
They would be the entertainment.
They are great. They're 10, 7, and 3, my children.
I love watching your videos and pictures.
I don't know how they would do at a graduation party. So for the people that did invite me, which was over a dozen, I think, thank you. And it's nothing personal. It's just I got these kids, and I don't want to roll. You know what I mean? It'd be like, hey, Randy. It would be like if you roll in you know, you had a +1 to something and you roll in +4.
Yeah,
You're like, I don't want to
exactly.
be the guy that's like, oh, Tony showed up with his whole family to our party. So, but yeah, I did receive quite a few, and I will miss. Each of our students are great, but the class of 22 had some students that I got to know, and yeah, I'm excited to see where they go, and I'm excited to see what the class of 2023 has to offer.
Yeah.
You know, so
Cheers, a new beginning. You just need to start sending like a thank you for the invite, but it's a picture of all 3 of your kids, and just write, you know, here's the excuse.
Right.
Much love, Tony.
we would love to be there, but these young people are wild, and one of them still needs a nap. But yeah, so some of the other things this summer, Autumn, we've got just a lot of like construction projects going on. So throughout the district, I think it's, you know, we're doing things that are going to impact each of our buildings. Like at the high school, brand new student center is going in. And this is kind of be where the old science classrooms were.
Okay.
Because we have the STEM wing that opened 2 years ago, which is great. And then we're gonna do this whole new student center, which is gonna be awesome. And that has officially started, so that's great. Do you need me? Yeah, go ahead. Hello. He got it, everybody. So the student center has officially started. That'll be completed in time for the start of the school year in August. That's also going to include a new area for the nurses and for
Love it.
student services, which is great. Also at the high school at Susan Clark Junior High, where you'll be later today, and Grant Elementary getting a lot of HVAC work.
Yep.
So some much needed updates and adjustments to the heating and air conditioning systems.
You have to have that.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
definitely. You definitely don't want anybody to be cold or hot when they can have a choice to not be, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Iowa City West, the older part did not have a full functioning HVAC, but the freshman wing did.
oh no.
So you can feel that hot
Yeah.
to cold. Yeah, it just needs to be balanced everywhere.
See, and that's what we're hoping to achieve with that project. So that's a really big one. Other things at the high school, the orchestra room, just getting some furniture and some soundproofing finishing touches there.
Good.
They're updating and enhancing the cameras at the high school, make sure everybody's safe.
Yep.
Concrete steps and ramps. Tennis courts, we removed some trees around the tennis courts because the roots were starting to cause issues on the tennis playing court surfaces.
Oh,
So I know
okay.
people were wondering, like, what happened to the trees? Well, it costs a lot to redo a tennis court, and the roots were just kind of being a pain. So, but there were a lot of people that reached out about that.
Okay, good.
Because those trees had been there for a while.
Yeah.
And then a little bit of an update to the pool. So those are just a couple examples. You know, I guess I don't want to leave anybody off. So Grant Elementary, like I said, they're getting some HVAC work, updating a couple classrooms with some new cabinetry and paint.
Love.
Mulberry's getting soundproofing in their gym because it can be very loud, and then some painting. And McKinley getting some parking lot concrete work done. So it'll be busy. You know, the presumption, I think, is that when summer hits, and things do slow down, but as far as when you can get work like this done, it's
the
hard to get
perfect
things
time.
done during the school year.
Yeah.
You know?
This is the time to get it done, and then
Exactly.
it's ready for the school year.
Yes. And then for people that are watching, we are offering the free meal pickup program through the month of June. It's important if you can jump on the school district website. You would complete one survey per child. So if you're like me and you have 3 kids, you'd complete 3 surveys. And then Alicia Eggers and the food and nutrition team will get you taken care of. The link is right on the district website. Quick survey to complete. And they're hoping to provide meals for as many people as possible, which is really good. So
And then the free meal pickup for anyone.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's awesome. They can just jump online, complete that survey, and like I said, that'll go throughout the month of June.
Okay.
And then I'll mention this, and this isn't the best news, but this last year, all school-age children across the country had free meals, right? So the USDA and the federal government made all meals free for kids in schools. That will, as of right now, that's planning on stopping.
Okay.
So if you send your kids to school, they would have to either bring a lunch, buy a lunch,
Okay.
Obviously, there's still the free and reduced program. So, but as of right now, that's going to shift.
So 2023, kind of back to paying for
end of August when we kick off. Yeah.
Okay.
Unless something changes, and it could, because things change. But as of right now, that'll kind of shift. And my first grader this last school year, Ted, he loved it. He totally loved it. He was like, I had, whatever for lunch. Every day he would tell me the different things, and then I tried to get my oldest to take advantage of it since it was free, and he didn't. So we had to pack a lunch every day. Every day.
So one loved it, one's like, yeah, I'll just take it from home.
Like, okay, that's fine. But yeah, Alicia's team does a great job, and then in just a few short weeks, on June 21st, the Muskie Spark program will start. So this is a summer program that is designed for students in K through 6. We offered this last year. It's at Jefferson Elementary. It went extremely well. So what it is they'll start their mornings with a little bit of instruction in the classroom, and then the afternoon is all about enrichment, hands-on activities, different people from the community coming in. And we're really excited. Autumn, I think there's around 500 students that are signed up.
Wow. For
Muskie Spark, which is great. I think last year our numbers were right around 340-ish, which was good. It's free because we're able to allocate some of those federal COVID ESSER funds, is what they were called. So that paid for it, paid for staffing for last year, this year, and then we'll be able to offer it again next summer.
All right.
So,
are people still able to sign up for this, or is it kind of at the max?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't even say we're past the point of like a wait list, just because the amount of interest was so high, and then we had to make sure we had the number of staff needed, right? So shout out to all the Muskie teachers and staff members that are working. That's great. And it's a month-long program, so it's June 21st through July 21st. Hey, Chuck, at Jefferson. I was really impressed last year. I spent a lot of time there. Shout out to people like Kim Warren with Aligned Impact Muscatine. She did a really good job at getting, just things like the county conservation. Dave Bakke and his crew were in there. They had so many different presentations. There was a group that's connected to MCC and Eastern Iowa Community Colleges that design apps, and the app that they designed, like basically you put your phone or your camera, iPad out in front of you, and a dinosaur shows up. So students were able to see, like, hey, if you're interested in technology, this is a potential career you could have.
That's so much fun.
You're talking to people that were designing apps, and that was really great. So that's what they'll do again at Muskie Spark. So if you live near Jefferson and you're like, I thought school was out. Well, it is, but June 21st, it's back. And Muskie Spark, here's the great thing, Autumn, that the principals that run Muskie Spark are Dr. Candy Spies, who's Jefferson's principal, and then Dr. Candy Steele from Jefferson, Corey Spies from Franklin. Together they are that name I just said, but they run Spark, the Spark program, and Corey Spies told me this last summer, and then I got to experience it. He's like, what's so great is students are like getting out of the car and running into the building with a big smile on their face.
They look forward to this.
They were super excited. And Corey was right. I got to witness it, and the students came in and they were happy because they knew how much of a good time they were going to have, So I'm really happy that we're able to offer that. And grateful to all the staff that are agreeing to work it.
Are they going to be there Monday through Friday then?
Yeah.
Just like a normal school hour?
Yep, exactly.
That's awesome.
Breakfast and lunch provided, so it's really a great opportunity. Sometimes students can experience some learning loss in the summer between school ending and beginning, so we're trying to address some of that.
This will keep their minds active during the summer.
Definitely, yeah. And Jefferson, for those, and I know it's been a weird couple of years, but I had never been inside Jefferson until I started working for the district. It's an unbelievable school.
I've not been in there yet.
It's so nice. The classrooms are massive. I hadn't been in a lot of the buildings, right? My kids go to McKinley. I hadn't been in Franklin. I love Franklin. I had been in Grant because I had a kid that went to Grant for a year. But it's just, that's what's been nice, is just to be able to get into those places. So, but yeah, Spark's going to be busy.
Fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Can't wait to see all that summer activity.
Definitely.
And then you have a new website.
Yeah, so my biggest personal project has been addressing the fact that the district's current website is around 12 years old.
Needs a little love.
It does.
Okay.
So the school board approved our ability to have a new website designed. So we've been working with Juicebox Interactive, which is a company based in Des Moines.
Okay.
They've done, so if you're curious to see what their websites look like, Juicebox did websites for Cedar Rapids School District, Waukee, where else do I always send people? Waukee, Cedar Rapids. They've done a couple other big ones, and we are really, really excited about the work that they've done for the Muscatine Community School District. I've seen renderings. We're getting close to approving and locking in like the homepage, and then the plan is to have that new website be live just ahead of the start of the school year.
Love it.
So what's been nice about working with that company, there are so many nice so our graphic designer lives in Durant.
Oh.
So she came up with a lot of these really awesome, thoughtful Muscatine. I'll share one with you, and it's going to be kind of hard because I don't have a visual. But some of the icons at the top of the new website, when you like hover over it, they're circular and they shade a little. And she was like, I thought I would do that because then they look like a pearl.
Oh, that's
so that's what's been awesome. Like, I met with a lot of larger website companies, and it felt like you just kind of pick a theme and then they put
pick a template, here you go.
So these guys are more like, here's how we can make this really something special for you guys.
Good.
So I'm stoked. I'm stoked.
Can't wait to see this now.
Yeah, I think that's going to be really good. And then, yeah, one of the last things school related that I'll mention is just we've got some job openings, right?
I saw that yesterday.
Yeah, you saw the post?
Yes, I did.
So if you're watching, you go to the Muscatine Community School District website. Opportunities from teaching to driving bus, coach. I mean, there's quite a few out there. I'll say this: our HR, Human Resources Department, has done a great job. Our HR director, Jamie Krager, is coming up on 1 year with the district, and she's just been really aggressive about hiring people. So. And one of the ideas that she had was we had some student teachers that were completing their student teaching and finishing up schooling in December. We hired as many as we could.
Yes.
We were oh, you want to start? You can start in January. So I think as of right now, and I don't know if this number is 100% true because I didn't ask this morning, but there's around 40 new staff that are signed, sealed, delivered, and ready to go in August.
Awesome.
And, you know, there were, I think, the start of this last school year, we had to fill about like 4 or 5 positions, and other districts around us, you know, started the school year short 20 or 30 or 40 teachers and staff members. So HR department, shout out to them, Jamie, Anna, Leanne, they're crushing it. If you want to talk about getting a job with the district, that's who you reach out to. You can always reach out to me, but the HR folks are awesome. And it's just little things, you know, like they got, I don't know if you can see it, but like, just like that little M pin, like that was one of the things they did. And I appreciate that. Sometimes it's the little things that can make a difference. And we've definitely got some job options for folks that are out there.
Oh yeah, we've got the girls' golf position filled, so that's a good thing. I know I keep telling Scott, Scott's now obviously the boys and girls golf coach.
Right.
And then our coach Cindy Clevey, she is the boys' assistant tennis coach.
Cindy's awesome. Yeah.
And then they kind of looked at me and they're like, so are you gonna be a coach? I said if the dance team needs an assistant coach, I will gladly help out.
So if I ever see that posted, I'm just gonna
please let me know.
Send it to you.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I've thought about, so I love a lot of sports, but I really like basketball. And the junior high had, Susan Clark had an assistant coach opening, and I looked at it. I would have to take the coaching class. I forgot you have to be like certified.
Yeah.
I coached a lot in high school and college, but I have to be certified.
Yes.
But I thought like that would be something, because I've kind of stopped my DJ business, and I thought if there was a way Ben is singing Journey to us. We won't sing that because we don't want to get the copyright ding, because you sound just like Steve Perry, who is the former lead singer of Journey. But yeah, so anyways, I thought about coaching.
And you have to be CPR certified.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
I have not done a CPR class in a long
Cindy
time.
Klebe, go to her.
She does it?
She will help you out in that area.
Do they still have the dummies where you have to like...
That I do not know.
I felt like my high school...
I think so, yes, because she helped Scott with that. Ask,
wow.
They'll know more. Don't trust.
So I got to get coaching certified and then CPR certified.
Yes.
That's a lot of stuff.
I know.
Maybe I don't want to coach.
But they love it. They love doing it. They
Yeah.
both had so much fun this spring.
Well, and everybody told me like the junior high season is pretty, I mean, it's like 6 or 7 weeks. And I thought I could do that. That'd be fun. And I still like basketball. So yeah, so that's a lot of stuff school district related. And then I just have a couple things I wanted to kind of plug. One of the things you mentioned already.
Yes.
And I feel attacked, okay.
I don't have a pie.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I really don't
And
want to get, I'm not even going to say it because I don't want it to, because I have a meeting I have to go to. Sometimes people get...
There's no pie or cake in the face.
Perfect.
He went that way, so
I know.
we're safe.
Listen, there's a lot of people in this store that would probably... Here's your opportunity. If you're watching this and you can't stand me and you're like, he's on again, I already suffered when he had his own show. He's back again. Come and hit me in the face with a pie, gently, this Saturday during the second annual Strolling for Safe Sleep Theo Wolf Foundation charity walk and family fundraiser. So Susan Clark Junior High, that's where it's being held. There are quite a few people that you could choose to pie in the face.
Ashley, I'm coming for you. Much
Ashley
love, though. Much love.
So
it is for you.
You're not targeting me. That's good.
No, Ashley.
Okay.
I've already picked Ashley.
Okay. So there's folks
Scott
like...
might pick you, though.
Perfect. That's okay. I agreed to do this.
Yes, it's for a good cause.
It is a great cause. I would put my money on Sheriff Quinn Reese, but I don't want to say that out loud. He's my former neighbor, and I think he is intending to try and stick it to me, which is okay.
So just do it at the same time. Get it over. The first one, the first pie to the face is you two, 1, 2, 3, go.
I'm cheating and looking. So Sheriff Quinn Reese is there, Ashley Lovelace in the house, yours truly, Mike Hartman, Assistant Chief for the Muscatine Fire Department, and then Mr. Chris Jasper, who's the Director of Emergency Management at Muscom. So you've got a lot of good options. You're already going to make a good decision because you're attending a really great event and supporting the Theo Wolf Foundation. And I listen, do I want to raise the most money? Sure, I'm a competitive person, but we're all winners because we agreed to do it. And for the people that are participating in this walk, thank you for doing that. You know, I think Lisa Wolf would say that her crew, including people like Danielle Shelf and everybody that help with the walk, are awesome.
Yeah.
They're really dedicated, great people, super. That's a group that I don't think they ever say the word no. It's like, hey, what do you think about this? Yep, we can make that happen, right?
I think it's a Muscatine thing. It really, I've noticed that. And it is, you don't want to say
fair.
no because everyone is willing to help each other.
Yeah, there's a really strong desire for people to make a difference, whether it's on a one-on-one basis or, you know, turning a tragedy like this into a foundation that's really doing a lot of good work. So shout out to the Theo Wolf Foundation. And I guess you can see on Saturday if I'll have a normal beard or... I just hope that it's like really whipped cream and not... Because sometimes it's shaving cream, right? You know that, right?
I don't
like
think
an
it'd
old
be...
pie, like
Oh yeah, the old pies is the shaving.
cream.
I would hope it's whipped cream.
If it's shaving cream, I'll ditch the beard. But I'm kind of digging the summer beard. It hides chubby face, a little secret out there.
Maybe just to protect the mouth, maybe just put a mask on, just to. Then, well, I mean, if you want to, if it is shaving cream, just shave afterwards. You'll have plenty.
Chris, stop looking for whipped cream. You're too slow to the draw. You're too slow to the draw. And then quickly, I'll just mention two more things as Chris is looking for something to throw at me probably. The lip sync battle is coming back on Tuesday, June 14th at the Mississippi Brew, the Muscatine community. I'm keeping an eye out. You need to let me know.
I will watch for you.
I have a dress shirt on, all right, everybody. Jess, I have a dress shirt on.
And I have to be in front of nurses
He's looking
in
for
an
his
hour.
coffee. He has his coffee in his hand. Oh.
Oh boy.
All right, so lip sync battle. Let me just do this. Awesome event, Muscatine Community Y, supporting the youth and teen programming. I think this is the 5th or 6th time I've emceed and DJ'd this event. Shout out to Amy Hessel, who is a frequent guest on this show. Amy's great. Lip sync battle is exactly what it sounds like. If you don't know what lip syncing is, think of Milli Vanilli or that time Ashley Simpson was on Saturday Night Live. Song is playing, you're pretending to sing.
I remember
That's what you do. You show up, you can sign up. There's people that have done the lip sync battle for years. There are longtime supporters of this. Last year, Autumn, the entire brew garden at the Mississippi Brew was packed.
So it is outside?
It is outside,
okay.
Weather permitting. And I'll say this, knock on tabletop, in all the years that we've done it, we've had great weather.
Good.
And we've been able to be outside. I think last year's event was the best one they've had.
I have not been to this, so I'm going to make sure I can free up some time.
5 to 9 p.m., Tuesday, June 14th, lip sync battle. There's silent auction stuff. There's the brew donating, I think, 20% of food and drink sales from the evening.
Love.
So shout out to the brew. And the programming that Amy Hessel is able to provide for the youth and teens through the Y is awesome. It's a safe place for them. So please come out and support it. You know, I think last year's event was so successful because we weren't able to have it the previous year due to COVID, and I hope that we'll be able to continue that again.
Full house.
Yeah. And then just the last thing I want to mention, community related, that I'm excited about and I'm involved in, is the Muscatine Center for Social Action, MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter. So we're having our first ever trivia night fundraiser for the Domestic Violence Shelter Saturday, August 27th at Geneva Golf and Country Club. So another place that's been impacted by COVID is the Domestic Violence Shelter. We're not able to host the annual New Beginnings fundraiser. So the last time we did that was in 2019 in April. Huge event. Typically those fundraisers generate thousands of dollars. Haven't been able to do it. Group got together and said, what if we tried a trivia night? Shout out to Geneva for working with us. You can still get a table. There's information out there on MCSA's Facebook page. And I just hope that people will show up. You know, I've been involved with the Domestic Violence Shelter since 2015 or 16.
Okay.
It's a special place. It's a life-saving place. And I personally feel like I'll do whatever I can to help ensure that their doors can stay open.
Yes.
So this trivia night's going to be awesome. There is no home Iowa Hawkeye football game that night.
Good.
I don't even think the season starts yet. So that's Saturday, August 27th. If you want to support the Domestic Violence Shelter, I'll be emceeing that as well. If you like trivia, you should come out. You know, I think we're
hosted a couple trivia events there, haven't you?
I did. Most recently, there was a trivia night for Muscatine Charities.
Yes.
That was very successful and a lot of fun. It was a good room, and I think we'll have the same thing because, like you said about Muscatine's desire to help and how generous people are, and knowing how much support we have had in the past for the Domestic Violence Shelter, I think this will be good.
This is going to be a great kickstart to kind of revive that overall feel for the support.
And then the New Beginnings fundraiser will come back in April of 2023.
Okay,
so that's exciting because there are people that have been
scary that you're talking about something in 2023. We just started June.
I don't want it to go by faster. You know this.
I know.
You have a young man in your house that is growing up too fast, just like I do at my house. It doesn't slow down.
No.
I'm not old enough to have an almost 5th grader. That's how I feel.
Well, mine will be 2 in July.
Oh, my
But I'm
goodness.
very thankful because of owning a business, I'm able to spend more time with him. So he's only a year and a half, but yet, you know, he's turning 2. It almost feels like he's 3 just because of how much time.
Yeah.
I mean, he coached classes with me in the spring because I lost both of my coaches.
Isn't that nice? You do have that, and not a lot of parents get that much time.
No.
And some would say that's maybe too much, but when it's your own kid and you know that they're only going to get older.
Oh yeah, I'd open the gate and he would take a scooter through the Muscatine Mall while I'm coaching classes.
That's
the moment
awesome.
that I don't hear the scooter, that's where I'm like, okay, where is he? But he doesn't go far.
So he's scooting around the mall?
Yeah, he'll scoot around the mall, and the mall walkers know who he is, so they also watch out for him. So.
Yeah,
kind of nice.
That's really great. No, I'm happy for you. I got to see earlier this week. I saw my childhood best friend, and he also has a 2.5-year-old. And that little guy, Reese, shout out to Reese, was just all over the place. And the last time I had seen him, he was in the carrier.
No.
Because of COVID, and it's crazy, right? Like last time I saw him, he was being carried around, and
now he's running
Tuesday
around everywhere.
he was like, "Look at this car," and I was like, "You can talk." Sometimes I forget that they do that, right? They start to tell you
Mine is not
things.
talking yet, but I'm okay with that.
Oh, just wait.
I know.
Just wait. This morning I got told by a 3-year-old in my house, "I'm not going to daycare." And then I said, "Okay, well, you can stay home with the dogs." And she was like, "I want to go to daycare." And I was like, "Good choice." And then I said, "Please put your Crocs on." And because she's 3, they're on the wrong feet all the time. And then I tried to tell Lucy, "Your Crocs are on the wrong feet." And she said, "No, they're not."
This is the way they are. This is the way.
This is the way. Yep. So those kids are bossy, is the moral of the story.
Oh my goodness, yes. All right, so today at 11 is the Muscatine Job Fair, so make sure that you are there, want to learn more about local businesses and career opportunities, training programs, ages 14 and up, all skill levels. And then this weekend is the annual Strolling for Safe Sleep Theo Wolf Foundation Charity Walk. If you want to raise money and throw a pie in someone's face, here's an opportunity.
Big face over here, big pie,
Boy.
right?
That is at 8 a.m. at the Susan Clark Junior High.
That's going to be great.
It is going to be a fun event.
How's the weather looking for Saturday? Has anybody looked? It's got to be good, right?
Good so far.
Yeah? Jess is
Perfect.
saying good? I believe Jess. She's probably got like AccuWeather pulled up, don't you? You ready? She's like, she's
just knows.
guessing. She took out her farmer's almanac and she was like, well, it says here that it should be nice. Okay, good.
All right. Well, thank you. Always good seeing you.
Yes, thank you so much.
And thank you for allowing me to host you.
Do you have to host tomorrow?
No, I do not. Not that I know of.
Nice. Who's hosting tomorrow? Oh, nice. Everybody gets the day off.
I get the day off tomorrow.
Wait, I'll take the day off.
Hey, leave
That's
work
awesome.
early today. So make sure you leave the office early today.
So if I leave early today, I can blame you?
Yes. Well, you can blame the national day.
That's a great national day.
Yeah, leave the work.
I did get to work. I was at work at 10 after 7, so I mean, if I left early, it would only be because I got in
late.
early.
Early.
Yeah.
Early, late.
Right?
Whichever. All right. Well, until next time, have a happy and safe and healthy day. See you later, Muscatine. Bye.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we're here to serve.
When you buy a vehicle at a multi-brand dealership and it isn't locally owned, it can be difficult to get information that you need.
That's why all of our trained salespeople are focused on one thing, getting you the best deal possible on a new or used Toyota.
And when you pick your favorite, we will help you with financing and maintenance.
We love helping our neighbors.
Come to Toyota Muscatine today.